Cyprus, the tombs of the kings. All carved out of solid rock, we are told, and are thought to be a burial site. Discovered in 1783 for the very first time, and having its first archaeological excavation in 1870. Our timeline yet again, where we see this over and over, all over the world, where this is not just tombs of the kings. This is a large necropolis, designated as a UNESCO site. This is incredible what we just found. A large necropolis from the old world. A necropolis is a cemetery, especially a large one, belonging to an ancient city, the old world. The previous civilization. Where did this previous civilization go is the question that was asked by so many times until now. We have seen the thousands of miles of catacombs. We know all about the necropolises. But now we are fully exposing these sites to the world. We are showing the locations and exactly where the extremely advanced previous civilization that was here only a few hundred years ago, where they actually went. Based on the countless hours of research and exposure, we can come to a solid conclusion that they are right underneath our feet. And they've been there all of our lives. They conducted the first archaeological excavation in 1870. So before this date, nobody had any idea that this place was even here. Besides a modern account written by Richard Pococke in 1783. And if we're all just being honest at this point, most everything written before 1800, realistically, all could have been just written last night. So they were finally conducting an excavation in 1870, and the wizards of the 1870s were over in the corner testing the local weed. A weed that just started growing last week. And then they pinned down the date of -400. This is over 2,000 years ago. Guys, I think this is a 2nd century BC site. No. How could you even suggest that? Have you not seen the weed over there? This is a 4th century site, 100%. And that weed growing through the cracks, it confirms this. And remember, this is off in the middle of the ocean. And then we go back to dirt roads. We have cowboys and Indians, no electricity, outhouses, and presidents being born in sheds. Sound about right? Yeah, I agree. Not at all. And then we're told that it is reported that much of the information related to the tombs was lost over time. Just losing all of the information about the tombs. We know that they know exactly what this place is. We know that the truth about this site is not being told to us today, because it goes on to state that many of the tombs were rich in expensive goods, the old world technology, the old world items, 100%. We have seen this so many times. We understand how this works. Telling all of us the grave robbers of the past were responsible. The grave robbers of the past. Come on. This is a children's story for adults. It's ridiculous and it's not the truth. And since it was next to the sea, the buried bodies were not able to be preserved. And how much do you all want to bet that the bodies were removed and then just found their way over into the ocean? This is incredible. The way that they just brushed these things off. That there were buried bodies at this location and then they're all next to the sea, so they're just gone. Where it is widely believed that hundreds, if not thousands of bodies were buried at the complex, at this site. Thousands of bodies from the old world in the middle of the ocean. So many things would be exposed if this place was left for all of us to see. But in the 1800s, we all know that the excavations were actually destruction projects, exactly like the restoration projects, to remove any evidence of an advanced previous civilization. And while doing this, stealing all of their items, the old world technology, or as they like to say, their goods. And then just blame all of it on the looters of the past, with thousands of bodies once being there. And today, there may be a few dozen individuals left, if any. stating that most of the intact burials and grave goods have been removed or disturbed over the years. And to prove that this is all going on under the ground, and it's not just in one location here, it covers so much more than what we're being told. Right next to this site, we also have catacombs. Right next to it, we have catacombs and necropolises all over Cyprus. And then you have people living right on top of them, with another necropolis right over here, the Western Necropolis. And then we have another necropolis down here. And we all know that they are all connected. These catacombs, right next to the tombs of the kings in Cyprus, are now repurposed as a Christian place of worship. This is so odd, since we've seen all the churches consistently being built on top of the catacombs all over the world. It is such a strange place to worship. And now we know that this is all connected when we are told that these catacombs were originally used as a necropolis and housed many burials in the past with the looters. In my opinion, the looters are the mainstream narrative, removing all of the individuals and their goods of the old world, or just lost to time, as they say. Incredible. Withholding information from us yet again, blocking off the public from the site, and then not giving us the mapping and just how big the network of tunnels really are. And we all know why this is. The network of catacombs would show that they connect to the other sites, the other necropolises. It would show that these are not just one little site over here and then one small site over there. It would expose that these are all interconnected, and it is one massive necropolis, a burial site, especially a large one. And this is now exposed. Whether they want to show it to us or not, we all know that it's there, and we are not going to go back to not knowing. We are only going to expose it more and more all over the world. And we are, of course, just getting started today. Welcome to episode 110 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new, welcome. If you can't remember the last time you slept all night or didn't feel stressed during the day, you need to hear about CBD from CB Distillery. They've got natural solutions for sleep and stress that people can't stop raving about. Check out some of their 48,000 five-star reviews. The best sleep I've gotten in years. I wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go. And it's not just sleep. They have plant-based solutions to help with stress, mood, and focus. Even pain after exercise. All made with high quality, clean ingredients. Look, there's a lot of CBD out there, but I trust CB Distillery for their commitment to quality. That's why they have over 2 million satisfied customers and offer a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're still struggling with sleep, stress, or other health concern, maybe it's time to try something different. CBD from CB Distillery. And I have a 20% discount to get you started. Visit cbdistillery.com and use my code MLB for 20% off. That's cbdistillery.com, code MLB. cbdistillery.com. And I want to thank all of our sponsors over on Patreon. Thank you to flatearthdave.com. You can check out his app, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac app. I'll put the link right in the description. And you can use my referral code, MLB. If you click the Tartaria button, you'll see the My Lunch Break playlist right here. The app is awesome. Thank you to Rebecca Kay, The Lady Lacey Show, David and Sherry Ferguson, Chuck Templeton, Joy Lee, Stephanie Nolan, The Burlesons, Suez KC, Edwin Rice, Helmut, Charles Kruger, Don Gaston, Dan Woodall, Dale, DJ Clicktrack, Edward and Brianna, Jacob Law, Jim Ribley and Christine Duggan, Kyle Glascock, BKTFnews.org, Ben Dries NL, Natalie Shippenoff, Amberson EMC, HK Sue, Melissa Edgar, Biggles, Clayton Lamar, Will Task Homestead, John Adams, Roberts O'Zolins, Phoenix Art, The Arnolds, Attila Power, VKH Bonner, Bell's Clarions for God, Forbidden Gecko Love, Justin Grobner Grubb, Leah Strong, Dakota Dunn, Eric Martinez, Ivan Apoctoli, EdgarT-shirts.com, Meta, Jason Hochberg, Marie C, ValleyMedicinals.com, Kyle Logan, Alina and Chris the IT guy, Michael Dingyu, Patriot Armory, Tom O'Hara, Michael D. Connor, C3SCOB, Ancient Tallow, Jeffrey Temple, SonyaDane.com, James Alton, Bucksui, Jason Prest, Suki Warrior, We the People, Migs, Mark Chapman, Muji and Declan, Ariana Oates, Jenica Joyce, Nathan Burba, Ski, Codrenth, Beacon of Truth, Liberty's Arborist, Thomas Thorpe Peterson, Zinger Coffee and Tea, Natasha C, K Moore, DevlinMcGregor.com, Miss Fox, Diamond Jewel, David Rauschenbach, Emily Maryland, Felipe, Curious Cat, Mike D, etc., Dan McGee, Lori Hedvig Johnson, Terry, Paraplegic Coffee, Ellie Annie, Ivan Apoctoli, Seth Craigo, D Woods, Glenn Gunderson, Mousie's Mouse Cheese Records, James Vincent, Robert's Brain is Gone, Extreme Reality Check, Anna and Marley Valdez, Wayne T, Late for Dinner, Wanakar Camo, Paolo Goncalves, G Power, Jesse De Leon, Blake, Rick Tapke, Ducks, MDF, TFV, William Richard Jeffries V, Dax Billcheck and Son, Jetski Chuck, Kim Lusada, Rod Way, Checkmate, Dylan Mugenberg, Leonard Insalacro, Robert Petro, Katz Hill, Bruce Latour, Susie Q, Yark 143, Sven Eric, Andrea J. Kerrigan, Janet Elizabeth, Dr. Mom, Papa One, Carrie, Kitty Kitties, Making Eagles, GOL, and Patriot, Doc Halo, Henry's Mom, Vince Moreno, Shiba Shaba in the Darkness. You guys are all awesome and helping this channel out a lot. Cyprus is unbelievable when it comes to researching the old world, where Cyprus has approximately 20 to 30 documented necropolises and catacombs across the island. Cyprus is one massive burial site. And then we see, even on the other side of Cyprus, 90 miles away from the tombs of the kings, we have the Salamis necropolis. And it is time to go deeper. Are you ready? A necropolis, the old world, spanning 2 miles and contains thousands of tombs that we are being told about. A necropolis, the old world. Did you ever expect this research to actually find the old world civilization? How many of us were taught about the necropolises, the catacombs? Why are these not being shown to people in the education systems? And why are they excavated in the 1800s and never before this? And why are they left empty today? And why do we see so many times, to this day, that the truth is being blocked off from all of us? Access denied to the public, you and me. And it's over and over. Every single time there's a site that would expose that we are being lied to about the history, this site is either destroyed or blocked off from all of us. Episode 107. If you haven't seen it yet, that is one that you need to go see next after this. Protecting their narrative, conserving it, preserving it. They are not preserving what they have found. They are hiding it from all of us to preserve their narrative, to protect it. Where we are told that parts of the Salamis necropolis are restricted or inaccessible to the public. All due to preservation yet again. Ongoing excavations. Why would all of us be blocked off from the excavations? Do you know how much a camera is? Set it up and let us watch. Is the camera going to destroy the old world's work? Do they have to preserve it from the camera? I've never heard of a camera that goes over there and destroys a stone block. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, please correct me, but I know I'm not. Why is this acceptable? They also tell us that certain areas of the necropolis have yet to be fully explored or excavated, sealed off so they can loot. Oh wait, no. I mean to prevent us from looting. Sealed off until the experts properly study everything. Studying these things before we ever get to see them. I think we can all see so much clearer now, and I think the mainstream narrative has some serious explaining to do. What do you think? I believe that it's time to change the way the experts work. It needs to be fully transparent to all of us, from start to finish. And if they don't do this, then their made-up story is null and void. This is one part of the largest burial sites of the old world. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe. And to show it's the same group on this side of the island that removed the bodies from the other necropolis, the tombs of the kings, which I believe are actually the same necropolis, but to show it was the same group that removed the bodies and to expose them forever. As much of the site has been excavated and many remains have been removed for study. Are you still on the fence? Removed for study, preservation, preserving their narrative, or to put them in a museum? How is this allowed at all? This isn't preserving anything. This is destruction of the past 100%. Most of the original remains are no longer present due to looting yet again. Excavations. Archaeologists have removed significant numbers of remains. Can you even believe this? Currently, the number of bodies remaining in the necropolis is very minimal, where it used to be thousands, and we know this, if not tens of thousands. Tens of thousands of burials that were originally here and are now gone due to studying. Can you believe this? I want to thank all of our badge members, all of our Patreons, and every single subscriber, and everyone who likes the episodes. You are all awesome, and I appreciate every one of you. You seriously help grow this channel to more and more people every single day. We are on YouTube, Rumble, X, TikTok, Rockfin, Instagram, and Spotify. We always post things on X after the episode's done and have a little discussion about it, if you're interested in more content from us. This necropolis was excavated beginning in the 1950s and unearthed the tombs. The pottery, of course. Can you believe the things we are told over and over, all over the world? It's the same story. And if you've watched every episode to this point, you'll know exactly why. The pottery excuse is yet another keyword, a repeating pattern that we exposed a few months ago. And since finding it, it's just become clearer and clearer that the pottery is just a front for what they really found. Following the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974, access to the Salamis necropolis fell under the control of the unrecognized Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, allowing for more looting. This is a great way to allow those groups to just go in there undocumented and remove all of the old world items, with artifacts being smuggled out of the area during and after the conflict. And I just find it really odd that this group is consistently interested in our favorite sites, all of the sites that would expose the old world. And every single one of these sites have been looted or destroyed. So they're not doing a very good job of protecting them. And then they also block these sites off to the public. So they obviously make me wonder. And if you've seen episode 97 and 98, the Ball Cycle Part 1 and Part 2, which is in Syria, you will understand how incredible this entire area really is. Cyprus and all of these necropolises in the middle of the sea are right off the coast of Syria, next to Lebanon and Damascus, right next to Palmyra, where we have located the Temple of Baal, only 62 miles from each other. These are all places that nobody was teaching us in History 101, 102, or any other number they want to come up with, all by design. This is the true history that we are exposing. Sites that give away the previous civilization. It shows that the mainstream narrative is ridiculous. A massive event took place. It wiped out the previous civilization, and there was a reset that took place, resetting all of us back to donkeys and wagons, living by candlelight and thinking that we are the most advanced civilization to ever be here. When I can't even buy a toaster that works for a year. The true history is that the old world was here. They were incredible, and they knew how to construct palaces all over the world, and so much more. We all know this at this point, that their technology to construct palaces was just the beginning of their knowledge. Their construction is the only thing that stood the test of time, to expose that they were actually here, and that the timeline that we are told of humans starting off as fish, and then on Tuesday they turned into a monkey, and then 3 years later they turned into a gorilla, and here we are today. This is nonsense. We are as advanced as we're allowed to be, and this is the way it is. The technology has been here, it's always been here, and I believe we are being given back this incredible technology that was found, or in their words, looted, and now sold back to us systematically. Releasing episode 97 on October 26th, 2024, and episode 98 on November 2nd, 2024. And then 1 month later in December of 2024, Syria experienced significant military activity, with airstrikes coming from this country, launching over 350 airstrikes. This country also taking military action, conducting strikes in Syria. I'm simply reporting what's going on as we see it. 1 month after our Syria episodes, this all happens. It's very interesting to say the least. And like I always say, we are just getting started. Our knowledge is growing on this subject. The amount of people that are joining the team is also growing. Our community is growing faster and faster. People want to know the truth now more than ever. Where you see the same thing in Palmyra with the Palmyra Necropolis, where it is famous for its elaborate tombs, including tower tombs, the hypogeum, of course, like we have shown, and housed tombs, with many of the tombs looted yet again, damaged again, especially in our timeline during recent conflicts. Do you see the trend yet? It is estimated that thousands of individuals from the old world were originally buried here. Thousands, yet again. And I don't believe it's as far back as everybody thought. It's not as far back as you've been told. I'll be back next Saturday with episode 111, and I cannot wait. See you then.